Yeah, Melody, and I'm Tuesday. Please be seated.
I think we should do D&D because I'm very excited to make use of my very detailed notes I made last week, such as the note "very big."
That's my favorite.
It's a clue, very big.
I am currently trying to recreate my notes based on the loose notes. I can't stress how loose these notes you have are.
In my defense, I know exactly what these notes mean because, this is when I have to, make notes during, conferences and things. It's like, I gotta make notes real quick. I've learned to just do, here's a word, that'll remind me.
Yeah, I've learned to do that too, just less so with other people's word choices.
That's fair.
My favorite is nobody liked the victim. That's true.
It's true. No one liked the victim.
This is fucking brutal. They're dead and you just killed them again.
In my defense, when I made the notes for the clues, I didn't think I'd have to share them with the class because no one else was making notes on what the fuck was happening.
I feel a lot of pressure that people actually have taken notes. I assumed I could just wing it, and then at the end of things, I'd be like, it all worked out, right, guys?
I
Wasn't
took
that a fun
notes
adventure?
Inside my brain, which is always
I
safe.
I don't remember details anymore.
Well, I want to describe some details.
Please.
Get me them details.
So the first thing I'll mention is your characters. We, of course, have Elvira Rose, the Aarakocra Warlock. We have Beatdown Betty, the Tiefling Paladin. And we have Magnus Finkwhistle of the Heartgraven Finkwhistles, heir to the Finkwhistle estate, the High Elf Sorcerer. And those are your characters. Together, you form the law offices of Guns, Puns, and Justice.
Yep, that all tracks. That's what I remember.
So you all were called in to defend the Grung, which is the little tiny frog person, Kara Mitt, who is on trial for having killed the master, basically, to her apprentice, the Wizard Six, who was beheaded by a vorpal blade, a big red blade. I should also note, because apparently I forgot to mention this last time, the prosecutor on this case, Damascus and Dirk, is a two-headed Entin, Ettin. They're basically giant-like people with two heads. The image we're using in Roll20 is Cho'Gall from the Warcraft franchise, who I believe was actually an ogre, but this guy's like my favorite thing ever, so I just wanted to use that art. You also met Stinkbutt, the troglodyte janitor, who is the only witness that you know of to this crime, having walked in and found Kara afterwards.
He didn't even witness the crime. He witnessed the aftermath of the crime.
He is the only eyewitness you have of any variety right now.
Yeah.
And the damning evidence of Kara's fingers being on the sword are enough to basically put her in a bad spot. However, you all gracefully argued your way into an extension because you wanted to see what clues might have waited in the ooze pit, where supposedly a bunch of trash was dumped out.
Instead of Blue's Clues, it's Ooze Clues.
That's the name of the episode. Just write it down now, Austin.
Ooze Clues.
Ooze Clues. Yep. We'll write a whole song for it afterwards. So, your group is taken over to a massive tower out in the middle of effing nowhere. And as you are taken, you are introduced to this location as the Tower of Insanity.
Oh, that's fun.
And this is apparently where the Wizard Six holed up and made a gigantic hideout. It is a...
So, before we go any further, this place being called the Tower of Insanity, does that give us any leeway to say, maybe we can't trust the eyewitness because they were literally working in the Tower of Insanity, we probably can't trust their testimony?
Oh, no, it's just wizards, when they make big hideouts, they always name it something stupid like that.
Yeah, insanity isn't cool.
Yeah.
Like, this is insane.
Sure.
But not in the bad way, I'm assuming.
The tower is over 20 floors tall. However, it's actually much larger than that because magic. and the wizards just help create some weird, obtuse, functionally impossible structure on the inside that does not seem to obey any laws of logic structurally that you can understand. You are told before getting there that all of the dangerous traps have been disabled because they don't need anyone hurting themselves. However, some of the less harmless traps might still be active, so they advise you not to do anything super dumb.
This place sounds exhausting already.
You're exhausting.
I know.
Yeah, this feels like the kind of place where like you accidentally like enter someone's office without knocking first, and it's like, oh no, now my hair has magically gone invisible because I probably should have knocked. Just people punking each other the whole time.
It sounds exhausting. It's like all these wizards sound so extra.
That's honestly, it seems as though, according to the way D&D would describe them, that once you obtain enough power as an arcane user in D&D, that's really all that's left to do is to be as extra as possible. There really isn't like a higher level than that.
That's fair.
So I will say the only person who is not going to be at this tower in any form is going to be JudgeBot02. Perhaps we'll see
Thank God.
them a little bit later. But in the meantime, any other character is going to be there, and potentially maybe some other people. So it's up to you guys to decide what to do. There is currently a police team investigating the ooze pit right now, so they're not going to let you near that just unprompted. You're going to have to do some finagling. Because you're the defense, you're the enemies in this case, so they're not going to just give you free info.
So before we do anything else in here, Elvira's going to huddle the team together away from any prying ears and go, so, everyone, this feels like a good time to address an elephant in the room. I'm not terribly good at it, I can't do it terribly often, but we could ask ghosts for some help. And I'm bringing this to you both because apparently, I've not been making the wisest decisions in the courtroom. So, anything you want to ask a ghost while we're here? Just something to mull over. I'm putting it out there.
Can't say I've ever spent time talking to a ghost. Is it engaging?
Well, I mean, hello, I'm here, I'm a ghost. It's all, the ghosts are chill, ghosts are cool, depends on the ghost. A lot of them just don't give a fuck anymore because, you know, they have no responsibilities of any kind anymore, so they just don't, it's hit and miss how much they're gonna care about what you gotta say, but they're around, they see things. It's easier to see things when you can just sort of peer through a wall and go, aha, hey, that's chill.
Well, if nobody working here liked the victim, pretty good shot that any ghosts haunting the place probably didn't like her much either.
No, but for all we know, they might hate, you know, other people involved more than her. I don't know.
Oh no, I'm just saying they might be more than happy to be celebrating whoever it is that took her out.
Yeah, so like, you know, there's avenues of the kind of things we could ask. Like we could just ask, hey, did you see who killed Six? But like that's not gonna be evidence. That's just gonna point us of, you know, who to look at.
No, but it could point us to evidence as well. Not specifically asking, you know, although if they know, that's great, but
So it is worth noting that Elvira does have the ability to contact ghosts. However, it would only, if she uses it here, she would not be able to use it again until the next, like, trial, essentially. So it is a very limited resource.
Yes, it is I wouldn't be able to use it until going back into the courtroom, I believe, if I understand right. Yeah.
Yeah, but are we able to go to the scene of the crime and investigate that at this point then?
Yes, you are absolutely able to do so.
Yeah, so I think that's probably a good place to start.
That definitely seems a good place to start.
All right. You're going to head up to the very top of this tower where Six had her, what would you call it?
Mishap.
Well, yeah. I mean, what would you call the room? But yeah, mishap is a good word for what happened there. Study chamber or performance lab. I don't know what you would call it. Workplace. And
The workplace.
at the very top is a very eclectic chamber, so to speak. There are colorful doodads all over the place. There is just rows of drawers and dressers and racks and things of that nature. And there's a long table at the far back of the room opposite the entrance where it looks like most of the actual work is done. And there is an individual currently in this room.
Well, tell us more about this individual.
Yes, tell us.
Well, I'm gonna drop an image into the chat room or into the Roll20 for
your image.
this one isn't that bad.
Oh, that's fun.
Oh.
Hat.
Yeah.
And he's got a cigarette. That's how you know he's cool.
It's your sort of 1940s, like, here, see, I'm a bit of a private detective.
Yeah, it's like
type.
a noir orc.
Yeah, a noir orc.
It is a half ogre detective who walks up to you and introduces himself. Says, "Hey, how you doing? Norman Fletch, Detective Norman Fletch, at your service."
Norman Fletcher, I am Magnus Finkwhistle of the Harkraven Finkwhistles, heir to the Finkwhistle estate at your service.
You don't say. That's impressive.
I do say, in fact. And these are my associates, Beatdown Betty.
You can just call me Betty. But my legal first name is Beatdown.
Laura, I've forgotten your character's name.
Elvira. Elvira Rose.
And Elvira Rose.
Oh, looks like you had trouble on the second name. There's what's up with that?
I lost my notes.
Oh, I understand. I lose things
Oh,
sometimes.
you lost your notes. It's okay. Laura's got some notes she can crib off and then complain about how shit they are.
Yeah, your name's not in them.
Oh, do you want me to add? I'll add my name to the notes.
We get so rowdy with that, Austin.
So, who are all you guys? You just coming up here to explore? What's going on?
Well, no, we are actually working in defense of the defendant in the trial.
You're the defense attorneys. Very good to meet you. What's brought you all the way up here?
We need to see the ooze.
Well, the ooze is downstairs. If you were looking for the ooze, they're working on it right now. They'll see what they can scavenge out of there. I don't know. Oozes, they eat a lot. Pretty good.
So this is where the body was found.
Yes, sir. Right back here, right next to a workbench. And Norman's going to point over to where there is an outline of the body, very clearly decapitated, as the head lines are at a different location.
Has the blood been cleared up that was on the walls and ceiling?
There's some stained blood on the floor.
I kind of want to roll investigation to see how old the blood is.
You can absolutely do whatever you want. Don't feel any concern
do
that
it.
any idea you say is dumb.
I'm gonna do it.
Okay.
I rolled a 15.
15. From your knowledge of investigation and
beating people until they...
I punch a lot of people in the
Yeah.
face. Yeah, so I have
your
a lot
knowledge of
experience
punching
with blood
people
spatter.
lets you know exactly how long blood would stay around at what state, and you can indeed understand that this blood does seem to match the story that's been told, that this murder happened a day ago, and the blood seems to match that.
Gotta check all your bases.
Exactly.
So, Norman, what are you doing here, if you don't mind my asking?
Hey, they got the grunts down there diving around in an ooze pool, and I figured, hey, they're not gonna find anything there. And if we're supposed to be investigating, I just come up and check to see what's going on in here.
I had exactly the same thought.
And what's going on?
It looks like you guys had the same idea. I kind of like that we're sympathetical. That way.
Yeah, and seeing as we're so, sympathetico, anything interesting you've noticed that we might not be aware of yet? As we're on the same wavelength.
There's a lot of things that are interesting here.
Such as?
He kind of shrugs. He's like, lots of stuff. Not stuff I necessarily should be privy to giving to the defense.
What if I roll persuasion?
That sounds like a good thing to roll here.
Hey, buddy, it's all about justice, right? And I feel like you, as a detective, would also want the real killer to be found. Oh, so it doesn't hurt.
I like that you can tell in that sentence where Lauren looked at the roll 20 and saw what Conrad had rolled.
It's a botch, yeah.
let me throw something in. What's my bonus? Oh, there we go. That 9's not gonna help.
Jesus, we're not good at this.
Conrad, what do you think happens to Magnus Finkwhistle, the Hargraven Finkwhistle's heir to the Finkwhistle estate, when he tries to persuade information at Norman Fletch?
I'm so sorry. I really do want to know what you found, but I do you file those teeth?
Oh, that's, you hit right to my core. That's my most sensitive feature in my body. It's my teeth, I feel like sometimes they're too pointy, sometimes they're too evident.
Well, no, I was just thinking, like, I mean, I know somebody who, could, like, take some of the sharp off of that because they're real jaggy, pal.
Oh, well, now I'm very self-conscious about my teeth. I should stop talking then.
I mean, you should be really self-conscious about those because they are rough, my friend. Very rough.
I just
put
my hands on
I'm gonna,
his face?
I'll be right back. I think I know a guy who just has a file. I'm gonna go get a raven.
As soon as our friend has stopped putting his foot in his mouth.
Oh, you can't do anything if you don't say his full name.
Well, you know what the problem is? Comrade, where's your sheet of notes that has your full character name written on it? Finkwhistle. Lord Finkwhistle, heir of the Finkwhistle estate, and whatever the other bollocks is. I remember more of yours than you do of mine.
Well, that's fair.
Hardgraven Finkwhistles. As soon as he's gone... sorry. We'll try that. As soon as Magnus Finkwhistle of the Harkraven Finkwhistles, heir to the Finkwhistle estate, is done putting his foot in his mouth, Elvira is going to attempt to suggest that perhaps our new friend, the detective, puts aside what has just happened and tells us some information anyway by using a spell, because I've not used any spells yet. I'm going to attempt to use suggestion. So that's a wisdom saving throw.
What number does he have to beat for the audience?
13.
He got an 18.
So he does not listen when Elvira's like, I think it would be a really good idea if you just ignored what just happened there and our friend being all bad about putting his foot in his mouth about the teeth, and maybe just help us out a little bit, huh? With some information.
He's like, well, my feelings were hurt so much there.
Yeah.
And I don't know, kind of feeling like I'm in a low place right now. I might need a little time to myself, find a rooftop where it's dark out and raining that I can look over the city at, kind of ponder my thoughts. I'll just say, it's kind of interesting seeing what old Six was up to, but kind of.
Is there a Mrs. Detective at home?
No, my work is my wife,
See, and you think about that, maybe somebody else in a similar line of work could be a good person. Maybe you give us the notes, we go out to dinner later, punch some people.
Okay,
Do you want me to roll persuasion again?
Well,
or deception, because that's what I was thinking.
I was gonna say, are you legitimately asking him out on a date?
Yeah, one time, and then I'll break his heart after that.
So, okay, then yes, deception. You are absolutely doing this without
21!
He's like, oh, you're beautiful. And I suppose now that you say it, maybe I should do some time off of work. It would be good, and get some stuff. Hey, you know what? That sounds pretty good. How about it? All right, yeah, I could agree to that.
Yay! We can get some of those little mini pies.
Well, they make miniature pies now.
Yeah, it's like a one-person pie.
Oh, wow, I haven't been out long enough. There's a whole world I have to discover.
Yeah, see, you can't just stay locked up in the jailhouse forever. Whatever detectives live in here.
Where do you think I work?
I don't know, maybe you have an office in the jail. I don't know.
Okay, well, good then. Yeah, sure. I mean, what were you interested in?
All of it.
I can't really give you all of it, but
Aw,
I could
you
give you a little.
sure?
I could give you a little piece of information, a little nugget, if you will, a little chicken nugget about what old Six was up to here,
Okay.
and pulls out an artifact for you guys. It is. I just threw it up in the Roll20 as well. It is a red gemstone surrounded by two skeletal hands that form into a necklace. And Detective Norman Fletch tells you, I found this thing pretty interesting. You know what one of these is?
No, but I want it.
Well, it's evidence, so I can't just kind of give it to you.
Can I have it after the trial?
I also frowned upon, but probably easier to swing at that point. I mean, I guess if the frog gets found guilty, it doesn't matter anyway. So,
Oh, the long con.
I'll put like a pin in that one, I guess.
I'll wait to break his heart until after I get that necklace.
He says, "This pendant is what we in the business like to call a phylactery." Oh, sorry, phylactery. It's the P's not. I used the wrong P.
Oh, like condoms.
No. What? No, I don't. You shouldn't fuck with it if that's what you're thinking. If that's what you've been using, I've got some bad news for you.
No.
A phylactery is like a device that. Have you ever heard of a lich?
Yeah.
Is it a lich condom?
No, again, not condoms. Don't know really why you're coming in from that angle. It's kind of confusing and scary.
Is this the thing that the soul gets stored in when the physical body is destroyed? To sort of the thing that lets them live beyond death?
I feel like you could use a condom for that too, but whatever.
Okay,
Like a fucking
well,
Harry Potter Horcruxes.
Exactly. I'm not sure what Harry Potter is, but essentially, as long as they got this and the proper amount of souls inside of it, a lich could come back over and over, essentially nullifying death, as it were. They're very, very important. However, it's interesting because Six wasn't a lich. So, based on everything I'm seeing here, it looks like she was planning to become one. In fact, she was becoming one that very day. And,
Is that a crime?
becoming a witch, in and of itself, no. However, normally becoming a lich means you gotta fill the phylactery up with souls, like a lot of them. And if they were doing it right here, well, I mean, you guys can connect the dots, right?
That's illegal.
Well, more so, which souls were going to be thrown inside of this thing is what I'm
Yeah,
suggesting.
all those people who were not happy with this boss were going to be very unhappy parts of a necklace.
Bada bingo, you got it.
Well, that was a nice bada bing, buddy.
Thank you. I practice it in
You
the
seem
mirror.
to know more about phylacteries than we do. Is there a way to tell if the phylactery worked?
Oh, no. Absolutely not. This right now, and you see he's just like swinging it against the desk. He's like, it's just jewelry right now. There's no souls inside. of it.
Okay, so this isn't a case of like it turned out she faked her own death and she's in the necklace waiting to like as soon as the trial's over just pop out and go surprise.
I don't think so. I mean, we can't eliminate it completely as a possibility because we can't get in contact with the soul. But
Can't get in contact with the soul, you say?
yeah. Well, it would be kind of silly to do a whole courtroom thing with a world where you could just ask the dead who killed them and everything like that. However, sort of significant to note that there's no soul to contact. at least they're not coming. So either they don't want to contact, or the soul's gone, or something weird like that. Which is why we had to kind of do this whole legal thing.
This is you shooting in the foot my ability to do what I did in season 3 of Dice Funk, where there was a dead body and I was just like, I bring the head back to life. Who killed you?
Yeah, there's no soul currently to discuss with, or else the mystery aspect of this would be woefully foolish.
I suspected this would be the case, but I felt it needed to be said so that people didn't start tweeting me and go, why didn't you just ask the dead person who killed
Yeah, why don't you just use talk to dead, speak with dead? Like, well, oh man, I guess when you say it like that, so kind of foolish. So that's what he's giving you. Six was performing a big ritual, presumably to kill everyone else in the tower and use that as a start to becoming a lich.
Out of character, this does give a motive for pretty much everyone else in the tower wanting to kill Six. However, that motive could theoretically apply to Karamit as well. I'm not saying that's we should pursue that angle, but like, it is a motive that we can ascribe to other people. They might not have wanted to be, trapped inside some jewelry.
Yeah, well, it's really a question of who knew.
Yeah. Worst case scenario, I suppose this would be grounds for a self-defense argument if we had to.
Can we see, have we been able to investigate the murder weapon? Because I don't think we have.
You were able to see it in court.
No, I want to touch it.
Yeah, I mean, you're able to touch it at court if you needed to.
Okay. Well,
I don't think you've ever played Phoenix Wright, where at any time you could just hit R and see all evidence available to you. On the left-hand side of the Roll20, I'm keeping up the evidence that you found so far. Not all of it will always be relevant, but the Vorpal Blade, Kara's Spellbook, and now the Phylactery have all been added to the quote-unquote court record.
Oh, that's so cool. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
You're so thoughtful.
I'm so much better than Austin. Thank you.
He's so sad, Chris. Leave him alone.
No, he's not. He's fine, I'm sure.
Are any of us fine, really?
No.
Question, do we know, do Vorpal blades do anything special, or are they just blades? Or are there any, because it's a Vorpal one, it can do special stuff that other blades can't?
In the because I just looked it up, on a crit, it cuts off a head.
Yeah, I was going to say you should roll a knowledge check of some kind, but we kind of surpassed that by looking it up. Yes, in 5e, if you roll a crit, you just decapitate the thing, no matter what.
So, Mr. Detective, could you get us into that ooze pit? I'm going to squeeze his arm and be like, oh, you're so strong.
Is like, well, what do you think about shawarma?
I would love it if I got to investigate the ooze pit and then we got shawarma.
I'm just more curious what you think would be the best thing to eat would be, Like, what are you thinking? I don't really want to talk about work right now. You were telling me at my work I'm getting too obsessed with it, so,
Oh, yeah. Maybe a good deep dish pizza?
I like pizza. Nothing wrong with pizza. Deep dish, so it's kind of like a casserole, but whatever, I guess.
I mean, it's more cheese. Who doesn't want more cheese?
Yeah, there's a lot of bread, though. It's empty calories.
You and your empty calories. Every time, every season, your empty calories.
Empty calories are the tastiest ones.
Yeah, I mean, if you think about it, they're empty, which means that they aren't worse for you because they're empty. There's nothing in there.
I guess. You know what? You convinced me. Let's go to a bread place.
Like a Panera?
I don't know what a Panera is, but yeah, sure, why not?
They have soups and sandwiches. They're very expensive. That's how you know it's a real date. It's very expensive.
You do not think that you're going to be able to get any more information out of Detective Fletch right now.
But would he let me into the ooze pit?
You guys could go back and investigate the ooze pit. There's a good chance the investigation might be done at that point. And you likely will be able to get there when detectives have kind of moved away and they've started negotiating things. Same with this room as well.
Let's go ooze. Let's go see some ooze.
All right. So you are going to see at basically the very bottom of the tower is a gigantic pool of murky water. And it's one of those towers with a long kind of spiraling staircase that's kind of empty in the middle. And you are able to see basically all the way to the very top of this tower from the bottom. Like there's no obstruction or anything like that.
That sounded like a clue, maybe.
Maybe.
This is the problem with mysteries, is like a sentence can be said slightly a different way, and I'm like, that's a clue, it's going in the book.
Is this? I won't necessarily say this isn't a clue. I'm more so saying that this is the trash pit. So logically, in a 40-foot floor tower, one janitor wouldn't be able to handle it all. But it's much easier when all he needs to do is just dump trash down the middle of the stairs, and it falls into the trash disposal area, essentially.
Are there any investigators down here that presumably have been digging around and might be taking evidence away with them?
You see, like what would you call it? Like a wetsuit, essentially, like discarded on the ground, but there are no more people around.
Is this going to be a Phoenix Wright thing where, like, the evidence that was collected here, we don't get to see it and prepare based on it? Instead, like, it's just going to get thrown at us tomorrow in court and we're just going to have to deal with that?
It's a potential reality.
He's saying yes. That's what he's saying.
I can't say anything. I have to be vague.
Your tone of voice speaks volumes.
No, it doesn't.
It's fine. I'm going to assume until told otherwise that you are playing this 100% by the Phoenix Wright playbook, and this evidence is just going to get thrown at us when it's like, oh, you couldn't have given us 10 minutes to, like, look or see the evidence before we had to. Okay.
Do y'all ever think about how unlucky Larry Butts is?
Larry Butts is so unlucky. He's involved and implicated in, like, 4 different murders in, like, a month.
He has the worst luck.
Let's do some investigating of our own, though. Look around the ooze pit. What do we see?
Can I roll insight on the ooze? What are its hopes and dreams?
What is it hiding from us? What
is it
secrets
hiding,
does the ooze
see?
have?
Does that count? You can't stop me. I rolled a 9, so you could stop me.
With a 9, you can't actually see the ooze in the ooze pit. The waters are extremely murky. All right, well, now there's a crit fail on the table.
Yeah, I could afford to get insight on the ooze, so I know even less.
We're like,
well, you just fall into the ooze pit, basically. You're in the waters.
I'm just trying to look too closely and I just fall.
oh no.
Yeah, exactly.
Magnus, seeing that, hurriedly starts putting on the wetsuit.
Oh, very good. So Elvira, you are currently in the ooze pit, the water, and you can barely see anything, but you do feel movement coming towards you.
Oh, no.
Flapping those wings, getting out the way.
Give me an athletics check. Your wings right now are wet, very heavy.
Athletics, that's not one of my good skills. 12?
12's not bad. You're able to start kind of getting yourself above water, but you're not able to completely just fly straight out of it. Luckily, your friend Magnus is coming into the water, it sounds like.
Indeed. So I probably need to make an athletics check to drag her out.
Yep.
Yeah.
That would be helpful.
Well,
Magnus Finkwhistle of the Harkraven Finkwhistles heir to the Finkwhistle estate is pretty athletic, right?
no, not particularly. Actually, gets no bonus to it, but rolled a 17.
Yeah, absolutely, my man. You're able to help pull Elvira out of there right before you see this big, glommy, gray goop swing upwards and kind of swat at the area you saw Elvira pulled out of. And I'm going to give you a little icon here. That is kind of what you see. Ignoring the gray wall that you could see.
Sure.
There is
That's ooze.
a big gray ooze.
Is it in any way translucent, or is it cloudy? Can we see into it?
It is very cloudy. It is thick. It is odorous. It is very gross. And it is kind of slapping around the area trying to find you. You are now free from the water, so there's no concern, but it is a living creature of some fashion.
if it's a living creature, does that is it an animal?
No.
Does it speak a language of any kind?
So, give me an Arcana check.
12.
18.
17.
Very good rolls. So, what I will say is that normally, no. Oozes are not sentient creatures normally. They are mindless consumers of material. They're not evil. They just only exist to devour things. However, it is worth noting that it's not always the case with that. There is actually like a creator of oozes, and the oozes that individual creates can sometimes have intelligence, things like that. But generally speaking, outside of those sorts of situations, oozes can't talk or have thoughts.
All right. Well, can we maybe dig around in the pit a bit, do an investigation here, knowing we have to avoid our friend?
Well, if you're in the wetsuit, can you root around in the thing itself?
In the ooze?
I don't know, can you?
I suppose I could try to touch the ooze in the suit.
Oh, wait, I've got maybe a better idea. I've got Mage Hand. I can get my Ghost Hand to root around in the ooze.
Oh.
Oh,
that's a
yeah.
good plan.
Who doesn't
Yeah.
have mage hand?
Do that.
Are you sure you don't want to stick your hand in?
Yeah, no, pretty good.
Mage Hand. Ghost Hand goes in the ooze and has a fish around, trying to see if there's anything in there we can fish out.
Yeah, no, there's nothing new. It just seems to be a big ooze with nothing inside of it.
No half-digested clues.
Not inside of the ooze, no. Oozes basically will just devour anything. They just eat trash, basically. There's a couple things it can't eat through, stones and things like that, but otherwise, yeah, it wants to chomp.
All right, so Magnus is going to start digging around in the trash, see if we can dredge up any clues in here. But a 6 in investigation is probably not going to cut it.
No, unfortunately not. So you're reading around in the ooze pit?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, unfortunately you're not able to find anything.
I would like to investigate as well. 11. Does 11 get me anywhere?
No, unfortunately not. With the combined efforts, you're not able to find anything in the ooze pit.
16?
No, unfortunately, with your combined
That
efforts,
was
you're
so
not able to
sad.
find anything in the ooze pit.
Oh, we just fly around in a sad circle, just like, no. Oh.
At that point, you'll hear somebody come up and be like, "Oh, hey there, fellas!" And wandering over is the very smelly troglodyte janitor, Stinkbutt.
Hey!
Howdy there, fellas! What y'all doing in there?
So, just looking through your trash.
Oh, it's good. You find anything yummy?
No.
Oh.
Stink butt.
We're looking for clues.
Ooze clues.
Ooze clues.
That's my favorite television show. I love it.
Bow, 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 bow.
Yeah, do you know, like, any good hiding spots for cool trash down here? Where, you know, where the cool, interesting, secretive trash might be?
You told us there were crystals in the trash, and you put the trash in the ooze.
Oh, yeah. Well, I assume some of them may have gotten eaten up. Although now I should think about it, the thing has trouble eating stone, so maybe there were still some in there. But I did see some of them investigators in there rooting around. Maybe they found them.
Would you be willing to help us look, see if you can find some of them down here, if there's any left?
I mean,
It would involve you getting
yeah.
to play around in trash.
And I do enjoy that. It is also work that I'm not getting paid for.
I mean,
You know?
Elvira's gonna start rooting around her pockets trying to find just, like, loose change.
How much loose change are you pulling out?
How much loose change am I allowed to pull out? What seems like an appropriately terrible amount to have on hand?
Oh, you could have like a handful of copper pieces, which in the D&D world is essentially like pocket lint, basically.
Yeah, a handful of copper pieces, but like also like some chewed gum that has been like rewrapped back in the paper and is just sort of like there. It's not in great condition.
Stinkbutt is going to snatch the gum from your hand and be like, yes, sucker! I got it! All right, yeah, what do y'all need from me? I got to root around in some poop or something?
Yeah, pretty much.
All right, then. Hey, if you could keep the little guy off me for a little bit, that'd be just fantastic.
Okay.
Who's the little guy?
The ooze.
Views.
Wow.
Plans for how to distract an ooze. Could I disguise myself as an ooze and just sort of do a seductive ooze wiggle?
Please let her do it.
Yeah, can I disguise myself as the ooze and then try and do a sexy ooze dance?
While I don't want to stop you from doing the sexy ooze dance.
I mean, I'm already with a dancing like cantrip to like get the background, get a little disco thing happening here.
Disco itself is one of those things where it needs the right number of limbs or something. Is that the problem?
No, it's not that. I'll let you do it. I'll note for the audience. Again, the ooze has no
thought,
consciousness,
yeah.
has no thought.
Yeah,
it can't experience sexual attraction or any kind.
Hey, it couldn't experience sexual arousal until now.
Until
Are you
it
gonna be
met her.
An ooze with like a bow on your head so we know.
Oh yeah, of course. How else would you know that it's a girl ooze?
Yeah.
But even if you became an ooze and started dancing, that would be a lot of motion, and that would be able to distract the ooze for a while.
Well, I don't care that like 90% of this is unnecessary and irrelevant. I'm gonna be making that movement while looking like a sexy ooze.
All right, excellent. So give me a performance check.
Can she get advantage if I use thaumaturgy to make like bow chicka bow wow music?
Only if Magnus Finkwhistle, the Harkraven Finkwhistle's heir to the Finkwhistle state, is also helping in some way.
Hell yeah, I'll add some dancing lights into this mix.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so am I
Then
doing this
yes.
with advantage
Roll.
now?
Please roll with advantage.
Okay, that's a crit on the first roll.
Oh!
22. That'll do it.
Yeah. So, you are going to start doing a quote seductive ooze dance.
Yeah. Like I'm gonna like ooze and slime and sort of crawl across the floor as seductively as possible. Oh, gotta love all those tendrils of ooze just sort of spreading off in disparate directions. Oh.
Absolutely. And you're able to essentially pull out some really good moves, and the ooze is appropriately distracted. You actually have to move a couple times because the ooze is trying to just be like, what's going on? I'm going to devour this. But in your efforts, you will eventually hear Stinkbutt be like, hey, I think I found something.
As soon as this seems to be the case, Elvira is going to undo the transformation and get the heck out of there. This got uncomfortably real. She was not ready for the ooze to be as interested as it turned out to be.
You're breaking his heart.
Yeah, like someone else I know.
Hey, no, that's real. And shush.
So Stinkbutt is going to emerge from the pool, and he's going to be like, yeah, I found something in there. I'm surprised the little guy didn't eat this yet.
What is it?
Well, why should I tell you guys?
Because I gave you the gum.
You were trying to say that I was a liar at court.
No, I was saying your memory was bad.
Well, that kind of was hurtful, you know?
Everybody's memory is bad sometimes.
Would it make it up to you if I promised that you could have the second half of my sandwich tomorrow in court?
What kind of sandwich is it?
I don't know. What kind of sandwich do you like? I'm happy to prepare, maybe something with some ham? A nice ham sandwich with some mustard?
And what other condiments you got?
Sweet chili sauce? Maybe some barbecue?
Well, what else? You just keep loading on condiments.
Just keep loading on condiments. Hummus, garlic.
What about a stone ground mustard?
Worcestershire.
Let me tell you a little something about myself. When I go to one of those fancy gas stations that have the make your own sandwich and they ask for condiments, Old Stinkbutt hits every button on that system. I'll tell you that.
Okay, what if I put some, like, some, like, sweet corn aioli in there? Maybe some, like, I don't know, some sriracha?
Does a stinkbutt want only condiments on the sandwich? Is that what I'm hearing?
I mean, I'm not opposed to it.
I could take the ham out to make room for more condiments if you'd like.
Yeah, if you could replace that with like a ranch maybe, and like a Thousand Island.
Or maybe
Oh,
even
God.
just some melted cheese used as a sauce. You just sort of dribble in some melted cheese.
Oh, like one of them nacho cheese?
Yeah.
That sounds pretty good.
Okay, I will bring you half of a condiment sandwich tomorrow.
I want you to give it a better name than that.
Okay,
A phylactery sandwich.
Oh, that sounds fancy. That sounds like I'm a highfalutin aristocrat, it does. All right, you got a deal.
I'm going to make a note on my Word document that I have to bring half a sandwich.
Half a condiment sandwich.
And Stinkbutt will open his hand and show you what he found inside of there.
What is it?
I'm dropping
Oh.
it here in the chat.
Is that that's a fun looking thing.
I want you guys to describe this.
It's like a...
It's a piece of coiled metal. It's like a coiled rod of some kind of metal with a loop on the top.
It's coiled into like an oval
Also,
egg
like
shape.
how they draw honeycombs and like...
It's sort of like
cartoons.
a hollow oval that looks like it would have space that you could put something inside.
Is it a pendant? Because it looks like there's a little hooky guy on the top.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. Necklace!
Yeah,
Oh,
perhaps
what do I
there
roll
was a
for
gem
necklace?
inside of this at some point, one might assume.
You see, it is a very small silver object. As you mentioned, it's basically a long coil that kind of creates a complete enclosed egg.
Hmm.
Can I roll Arcana? I'm gonna roll Arcana.
Mm-hmm.
I got a
Sure
2.
thing.
So
What's
I
mine?
just stopped rolling.
I'll roll, see if mine's better.
help me.
I got a 19.
Yeah.
12? We've
With
run the
a-
spectrum.
With a 19, I will not be able to give you the full information because the group as a whole did not pass. But with a 19, I will say, Conrad, you think specifically, you can't say exactly what it is, but to you, this kind of looks like a cage.
So this looks like some kind of I don't know, container, like to hold something in.
Like a Tupperware. Is it a Tupperware for souls? I don't know. I
But
rolled a 2.
what was it holding?
Stinkbutt says, I don't know. I found it yesterday inside the room. I just, thought maybe someone lost it, but we don't really have a lost and found, so I just threw it in the trash.
Did it have anything in it when you found it yesterday, or was it empty at the time?
Nah, it was just like that little tiny round thing. I figured no one really miss it if it got thrown in the trash.
Well, where was it exactly in the room?
Oh, it's like over in the back, like in a corner.
Maybe we should go back to where he found the thingy.
Or maybe we could ask some other people around the tower who know magic-y things what this pendant-y thing we found is.
I don't think you're going to be able to find most people in the tower. I mean, you could talk to Kara, I guess. She probably talked to you. I don't think... you know what? Yeah, she's like... I guess she's like the only person who probably talked to you.
Yeah, Kara might know what this thing is. That seems like useful information we should nail down while we can.
So you are able to find Kara. She's currently being held in custody, but she was taken to the tower just in case things got crazy. So you're able to find her in essentially like a makeshift holding chamber.
Hey.
Oh, hey.
How you doing?
Oh, good. Just making sure my life isn't over, that kind of thing.
Well, from the sound of it, it seems like your life would have been over if 6 had survived. So look on the bright side. You're way ahead already.
What do you mean?
Well, you'd have been dead 2 days ago when she completed her ascension ritual and became a lich.
Well, She was gonna do what now?
To use a ritual and become a lich.
Yeah, that's what you were working with her on.
Oh, she didn't tell us what she was working on.
Well, obviously not, because, if she'd told you that you were gonna all be sacrificed in order to become a lich, probably wouldn't have done it, right?
Oh, well, then I guess it's good she's dead then.
Don't say that in court. Don't say that in court.
Someone in next year, what was that?
Nothing. So, is there anyone in this tower who, could have found out what she was working on? Any links in the chain where, someone might, get wind of what she's working on?
You see Kara's kind of quiet for a moment, and then she's like, no. Ribbit.
Show her the metal thingy.
Oh yeah, this thing. Do you know what this thing is?
So Kara will take a look at it, and she says, well, that looks like a spell component.
What spell?
Soul Cage.
I'm a simple woman. What is that?
Should I make an Arcana check, or should I just remember last season?
Yeah,
You
right?
should just remember last season.
Soul Cage is the spell that allows you to capture a soul at the moment of its death and then use its power for a period of time afterwards to make a certain number of requests or until the expiration of the time.
Oh, I just wanted her to tell me it so I can infer too much from what she says.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so, I'm guessing the assumption here would be someone killed Six with the intention of capturing her soul in a soul cage to then achieve something.
In this soul economy? Okay.
But if it is empty, well, and it's been 2 days, so it would be empty by now. So they probably used it to achieve whatever end they had, and then left the component behind.
I really want to just, rifle through Six's office. I was trying to send her a message, even though she's dead. Just, take out all the drawers. That's how you find clues in the mob.
As a thought, this does leave a second motive on the table, I suppose, which is that perhaps the motive wasn't, we're gonna die. Just coincidentally, it was, hey, you're the most powerful person here, I need your soul for something.
Well, that's a pretty high-level spell.
Yeah.
Kara, can you even cast this?
No.
That's a well-asked question.
So, I forgot I took a spell, and I'm thinking about using it, but I don't want it to be a waste. But I have Zone of Truth,
Okay.
so I'm gonna cast that.
Go for it.
So I'm gonna be like, now you can't lie.
So do you say anything before you start casting a spell? Do you say anything to her?
Yeah, I'd be like, yo, Kara, I'm gonna cast Zone of Truth. Not that I don't believe you, because you are my sweet baby, but this way there's no misconceptions.
No wordings are going to be changed between here and the courtroom, not in our favour.
Yeah.
She says, well, I guess.
We're here to help you. And then it's a lot easier to be like, look, she was honest under Zone of Truth. What you gonna do? Bada bing.
Yeah. So you definitely cannot, in any way, shape, or form, there is no way you could cast Soul Cage.
I guess if I had all the material components and a ritual, I could, like a scroll, but I didn't have any reason to cast it.
We'd probably ought to check the scroll storage here and see if they have that available.
Yeah. Equally, I was thinking, like, it's worth checking the scroll storage for, what was the spell last time, that...
Enlarge, reduce?
Yes, that Kara didn't have.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
And basically being like, hey, is there one... Is the section for those two spells, like, full except for one missing gap?
I want to go into the scroll storage and just start opening all the drawers and flipping the tables.
Well, the scroll storage we back up in Six's office, so I would say wrap up what you plan to do with Kara before you go do that.
Do you have any... what do you know about the blade? And the blood?
Blade?
Yeah.
Well, what do you want to know?
Are you acquainted with it? Do you know anybody else who would have used it? Was it even hers? Was it somebody else's? And then maybe they killed her.
She's very quiet.
Kara. Look me in the eyes. I'm here for you. Tell me.
I don't want to talk anymore.
How are we supposed to help you if you're not honest with us, babe?
Who are you thinking?
I don't know. I just want to, I just don't want you to get put to death, you know? That's my job. My job is to free you.
Can't you just convince them I couldn't have swung the sword? I didn't.
We tried that and they don't care.
Oh.
Do you know whose sword it is?
Well, it's Six's sword. She collects all kinds of junk.
Okay. Now tell me this thing you're so clearly trying to not tell me.
No.
You're lucky you're very cute.
Thank you.
You're welcome. No, you know, blah. Still forgot how to say words for a minute.
This reminds me of a story.
Is it a funny story?
Well, that depends on your perspective, I suppose. You see, once upon a time, the Finkwhistles, well, we were engaged in a business transaction with another company, something to do with linens, I believe. And when all the contracts were written, at the end, it came to be that we found out that the company we were working for couldn't possibly have had the capacity to produce all of the linens that we had requested. They failed to provide to us all the information that was necessary to make good on the deal. And in the end, they were destroyed. It's a fun story, isn't it?
I don't get what was so fun about it.
Huh. Oh, I don't know. Worked out pretty well for us.
I understood none of that.
I'm gonna put this simply. We come out of this the same either way. We get paid either way of what happens, but like, if things are gonna go well for you, you need to talk to us.
I am talking about everything but that, though.
Are you not talking because it's like if you talk you'll like explode or something, or are you trying to protect somebody?
I feel like if I say anything now, I'm just getting you more interested in it.
Well, I mean, Kara, we're here for you. Well, that's our job, to get you off. If you don't give us all the info... I just realized. Not
Sorry.
that way. Not that way. You're so small. What are you talking about?
Just because I'm small, I don't have urges?
No, I just think there's a size difference here that's incompatible.
Hey, enlarge reduce exists.
Oh no! But we already established you don't have it.
we will
okay.
need a scroll for that.
Hey, I have a decent bonus in animal handling.
Oh my god. Basically, my point is... Oh, I got pretty... Basically, my point is... if you tell us the truth, we're better able to help you.
Would you tell us if I gave you the other half of Stink Butt's condiment sandwich?
No, what? Stink Butt's lunches are gross. He eats all kinds of weird things.
Okay, so how about this? You tell us, or that's your lunch.
Oh, and we'll tell all the guards. They're gonna give you the sauciest sauce wish in the world.
She just she seems very sad, but she is not speaking.
Can I pet her head assuringly? Just like a pet, you're okay.
Yeah, you can do that. Kind of demeaning, but
It's
whatever.
not. It's like when somebody's crying and you pet their hair to make them feel better. No? Does that not happen to
that is a
anybody
thing.
else?
I think the divide here is this is not a thing that happens with boys.
Oh, yeah, no, like I was sobbing yesterday and just like hugging my lady friend forever. I was like, ah! That's how ladies do. We pet each other.
Yeah, petting occurs.
So it's a wholesome
When
friend
I was in the
pet.
hospital room with the doctor telling me my mom's had a stroke and she's never going to be the same way again.
Oh, no.
I can't imagine punching someone more than if they had like started touching the back of my head and petting me. Like, what are you doing?
Okay, I won't pet.
No, you can pet her.
Okay, I'm gonna give her pets. Hang in there, kid.
Thanks.
We'll do our best, I guess.
Does anyone in the party have detect thoughts or similar?
That's so mean, though. I don't. But also, she's so sad. We can't make her sadder.
I mean, we probably could, but
I'm gonna give Kara like a butterscotch candy I have in my pocket. Cause it's probably like a lot of candy for a tiny frog.
Oh, that's a lot. Yeah, it's like the size of her head. It's like a jawbreaker.
Yeah. Hide it from the guards.
They're right outside. Can't really hide it from them. I'm just gonna eat it.
Okay.
Grab it.
Hide it in your tummy.
Yeah. Do the thing where you stuff it in your cheek like a hamster.
Yeah, it's all in there. Tucked in deep.
All right. Well.
Much like your secrets.
Yeah, I like them. So
Is
you
there
guys are
any-
gonna head out?
Before we go, is there anything we could do for you that would make you trust us, like a loyalty quest that would then get you to feel safe enough to tell us, huh?
I don't think so.
Team, and as we go, let's say our team motto: no secrets, tell each other everything. Woo.
We're terrible lawyers. We're like the worst lawyers who've ever existed.
It's fine.
It's fine. There's magic, so it's not as bad. Let's go fuck up some scrolls.
Yeah.
So, as you guys leave the little detention center, you open the doors, and standing before you, in their half fancy, half frumpled suit, is Damascus and Dirt, the prosecutors.
You look like a big dumb potato
That was very hurtful.
with 2 eyes. Those are the heads.
Well, don't really know why I came in with that kind of aggression.
'Cause
I guess
you're
you're
a punk.
done talking to your client.
yes, we're finished speaking with our client for the moment.
For now.
Good, because we have questioning to do with her.
You know what? I just realized I'm not done talking to our client yet. I'm gonna go back in. You two go do the thing you're gonna do. I'm gonna stay in there and, definitely not just stall and minimize the amount of time that the prosecution can talk to our client.
That seems important. Yes. We'll do the thing we're doing.
That's adorable, but I can have you escorted out of the room if you're trying to keep us from talking to the client. You don't have the ability to occupy her.
She's got
Time in a
important
monopoly.
things to talk about.
It's important things that I have to talk about that are important.
We just meant me
And they will definitely take the whole rest of the day, yes.
yeah, we weren't done, just her. Magnus and I were gotta go.
I see why you all were very picked for this job. You truly are the most incompetent lawyers I've ever seen.
Hey, who picked us for this job anyway?
Who did pick us?
You didn't know?
No.
You were summoned. That was what the prosecutor office was told.
Sometimes we get like letters and they're like, hey, go do a thing, and then we go do it.
I assume someone was absolutely dead set on finding that little frog guilty, and that's why they picked such incompetent attorneys to be her shield. Yeah, not bad job.
Your name is Dirt. Don't talk to me.
Dirt is the best words. 4 letters. D-U-R-T.
Okay, I'm gonna walk away.
He's gonna slam his briefcase into the ground.
I'm gonna take his briefcase and leave.
No, my lunch is in there.
Maybe you shouldn't have dropped it, fool.
Oh.
I'm gonna take his lunch out and then give him the briefcase back.
Yay.
So we have no idea who it was that brought us on.
From the conversation he's able to glean, you guys don't know who your contact was.
Can we ruffle around in our own paperwork and find the letters we were sent and go like,
Yeah, is it in my purse?
does it say anything interesting?
You were sent a mysterious letter that called you to this case to act as the defense for Kara Mitt, with the idea being you would make a pretty good amount of money for this.
What's the return address?
There is none. 2225 Fig Street.
Oh man, not
It's
again.
very mysterious. Yeah.
Okay, so we're here because the frog's being framed. Okay.
Somebody wants to unframe the frog, or they want the frog to go.
Oh no, they want the frog to get arrested, and the frog's clearly innocent, and that's why we got brought on because they think we'll fail, and that's that. I guess.
See, now we have to win out of spite.
Yeah, we got to win out of spite. We got to prove that we are good at our jobs. Definitely.
I do my best work when I'm trying to be spiteful, honestly.
I mean, spite is a very big motivating factor.
Enjoy your investigation. And good luck. I can't imagine that things will go well for you in the courtroom tomorrow.
Oh my god, enjoy my ass.
Well, I have very little interest in that, so...
Oh, by the way, before we go, I hope you've checked out the very, very important clue that is inside the ooze.
We put it back in there.
Yeah.
You gotta go dig for it.
It's gonna blow this whole thing wide open.
Deception?
Give me a deception check.
22.
No, that's the wrong.
12.
Stop. Damn. 22.
He's like, well, I guess you are truly fool lawyers. You just gave us a perfect clue. We'll make sure to send the men back into the ooze pit to go looking.
Oh no! Oh, we're such bad lawyers.
Oh,
We shouldn't have
worst
told you.
lawyer.
We shouldn't have told you that. Now you'll know to go
Such
down there.
fools.
how will we
Such
ever
fools.
beat you?
Oh. Two heads are always better than one, even
Yeah.
when there's 3 of you.
Make sure you put both 2 of your heads right in the ooze and go find it.
It's here, all up in the ooze.
Oh yes, you'll look like quite the idiots tomorrow in court.
It's perfectly safe. It won't eat at you at all. God. How funny it would be if we won because the prosecutor got eaten by an ooze. Oh, I guess they just sent another one, but that'd be good times.
All right, so Damascus and Dirt are headed into the room with Kara.
Yep. Yeah, I guess we're headed up to the scrolls.
Kara, tell them nothing. You have a right to silence.
Yeah, you won't talk to us.
Oh, are you staying with her, Elvira?
I just out of character, I got the impression Chris was like, nah, that is not a viable tactic. You will be thrown out the room. So,
Okay, yeah. I'll let you say that Elvira can stay behind if she wants to do that.
But
You know
that's up
what?
to you.
yeah, sure. For the next scene that happens in the with the whole scroll thing, Elvira's gonna stay behind and be like, yeah, I'm just keeping an eye on things.
Take notes on what they ask.
Yeah.
Glad somebody in this defense team takes notes.
Well, we did hire someone to take notes, didn't we?
Oh, is that where she came from?
Oh, I thought it was supposed to be you, like you all at the same time. Like I thought you were doing it. No, I thought you were doing it. Uh-oh.
I want to kick the door into Six's office.
I just want to say, Elvira definitely takes notes only because she thinks that she can spin this out into her own, 12-part miniseries, docu podcast after it's all done. She needs the notes so that she can, spin the whole narrative of the podcast she's eventually going to make about this.
Respect. I respect that.
Yeah.
So, Beatdown Betty and Magnus Finkwhistle, the Hargreave and Finkwhistles, heir to the Finkwhistle estate, head back into Six's office. Beatdown Betty kicks the door open,
Yes.
which is a very big power move. No one else is in there. You have free reins to investigate this room.
I wanna look through the scrolls. Would that be another investigation?
Give me an investigation check.
Six.
We're bad at the
We
investigation.
can't figure out how to get the scrolls open. If we start hitting one with a hammer, I'm like, open!
You never learned how to read.
Never learned how to read.
What are these pictures?
I don't think that you open them by swinging them against the wall like that. I think you unfurl them, like a scroll.
Oh, I guess I need another big, strong detective to help me, huh?
Yep, Norman Fletch, Detective Norman Fletch has returned to the room. And he's like, hey, you guys back here again, eh? All right, what are you looking for this time?
We want to look at all the scrolls, figure out what spells could be use scrolls.
Maybe they keep an I mean, if I were a wizard, I'd keep an inventory of all of my scrolls so I know if, the people beneath me, because I'm a paranoid sort of person who hoards my knowledge and power, have a system for checking them out.
Yeah, I want to know if Six did that.
Oh, is there a library here?
Yeah, well, it's like the Library of Insanity. It's filled with books. Most of them, warp your mind, that kind of stuff. Don't climb one of the ladders that teleport you outside naked. It's kind of weird.
Is there a scroll library? Scroll library?
No, you're looking right there at the wall of scrolls, basically. The rack of scrolls with different spells scrolls right there.
Is there a key or like a chart that tells you which scrolls are in which slots?
Oh yeah, no, actually it's it's sorted by spell level, that sort of thing.
Apparently I can't read now, so.
Well, you had a hard time. It's you're reading it kind of at like an angle, like the orientation of the lettering's a little off. I could understand that would be confusing.
Well, we were specifically looking for maybe a enlarge, reduce scroll.
Yeah. Let me help you out with that. And at that point, you guys can roll investigation again.
Oh, goody. Because we're good at that.
9!
That is better.
It is better.
20.
20!
Oh, thank God. Okay, so with the detective's help, you are able to find the section with enlarge, reduce, and there are spells of that kind that are missing. You can tell there are some that are stocked to the very top, and then this is one of the ones that's missing a few scrolls. That's a little cubby compartment.
Is the scrolls that are exposed, are they dusty yet?
I will say they're a little bit dusty. It looks as though Stink Butt only generally cleans the trash. It doesn't worry about too much else.
I don't have a phone, do I? Wait, not a phone. I'm like, I need a camera. Can I just blink at this thing? That's how I take evidence down in my head. I'm like,
You can, if you want to capture evidence with your phone. This is taking place in sort of an ambiguous time period, but obviously we're advanced enough that there's a court system and evidence and fingerprinting and things like that. So yeah, you can have a cell phone.
hell yeah, crime scene photos. I'm gonna take lots of pictures of the scrolls, or lack thereof.
Yeah, 6 years pretty eccentric. She collected a lot of weird doodads and bee-boops and all that sort of stuff.
Anything else interesting?
Yeah, it's on this thing over here.
What is
He is going to pull out
A gun.
a rod that I just threw into the chat room there.
That's a slimy rod.
I'm sorry.
It is a slimy rod. It is a green rod, the tip of which looks to be made of pure ooze.
Huh.
What's that?
I think this is one of those rods that's imbued with a shard of Jubilex. You know who that guy was?
No.
It's like sort of like a super ooze that was like Lord of all oozes and like devoured them, and hey, he's one of the princes of the abyss, you know.
Well, okay. What else do you have?
That sure
That's
sounds like
it.
a rod of destroying evidence.
Are you sure? Yeah, that's true.
Well, I don't think the ooze part of it actually really does, you know. It's well, you know, it's one of those things. There's a lot of rumors to these sorts of things.
What does it do?
I think it's one of those things, you know, Jublex, when he created the oozes, they actually had, like, intelligence and things like that. They had, like, whole personalities, so theoretically you could use these to give a personality to all sorts of oozes and slimes.
Oh, could we hold that for a minute?
Why would you need to hold it?
'Cause I think I would look really hot. I'm gonna roll deception. I rolled a 17. It's the accessory I've been missing my whole life.
The elaborate gaslighting of Detective Norman Fletch.
Continues.
He's like, well, I guess so. You know, well, it does really suit you. It matches your gun purse. So I guess here you go. I'll need it back. You know, this could be evidence.
Yeah. We'll get it back. Let's go make the ooze alive.
Sure. Okay. So on the way past Norman, as going out the door, Magnus Finkwhistle of the Harcraven Finkwhistles, heir to the Finkwhistle estate, reaches into his pocket and pulls a slip of paper out and sort of palms it into Norman's hand and says, "So, listen, this is the name of a guy." Where is it?
Oh my god!
Listen here. This is the name of a man in Mungrave. Does great work. Technically, he's a jeweler, but the tools are similar, and he's very discreet. He just walks out.
Oh, I thank you for crushing my feelings so thusly.
Oh, damn.
To the
poor
use
man. I'm like, ooh, I love you. And Car's like, what are your teeth doing?
All right, we are going to cut over then back into the conference room or the questioning room as Damascus and Dirt are sitting down with Kara, and Elvira is listening in. And Damascus is going to turn and say, do you really want yourself present for this?
I feel like the more I know, the better the chance I have of doing good lawyer work. Information is useful.
You might regret this. And
Why would I regret knowing things sooner than later?
So Damascus is going to turn his attention back to Kara. And he's going to say, so, Miss Mitt, would you like to talk to us about the other individual who was inside the room that night? I believe you know them as Riku. And Kara's eyes are going to go wide. And she says, oh, no, I confess, I did it!
Objection!
Court is now in session. Check it. Prosecution ready, defense ready. Tuesday in front of the judge, things could get heavy. Your Honor, I don't kill beats. I don't even got skills. Please, I plead not guilty. A laugh from the prosecution. You and your crew know exactly what y'all been doing. Your song's ruthless. Witnesses saw you do it. Mr. Wrong and I be refuting the evidence. I got to prove it. Defense says, I bet it's baseless conjecture. Tuesday been whacked since he started in grade 11. Never heard his tracks, he ain't saying nothing. Not a single word about how he sprayed a gun clip. The jury's whispering. Judge grips the gavel. Slam order in the court. Let's see how this thing unravels. Mr. Karma, you may call your first witness. Thank you very much, Your Honor. Let us begin then. The court
Meltdown May has begun. Who will be next?
Who, me? You? No, you sound worse than I do right now.
I started Meltdown May, and then it was Elon Musk, and now could it be you? Question mark?
What is his face is so puffy.
It's from all the union busting. It messes up your face. Don't do it, kids.
Be cool, I guess.
So we should probably have an update at the beginning of this episode, because if you're hearing this at the beginning of May, you might be confused about what's happening with the show because you didn't listen to Chris explain it.
Wrecked.
No, I mean, I don't know. People don't listen to every one shot. But season 7's still coming. This will probably also be on this credits will be on the first episodes of season 7 if everything goes to plan. So maybe this will be redundant, but the show is fine. It's still happening. It's just stuff. You know, we're in the middle of a global pandemic, and
Please.
Chaboy has been DMing every week for 5 years, and I was like, "Hey, Chris, do you want to do a couple more episodes?" And he was like, "I got you, fam."
Please, my Austin. He's so sick.
Do I sound sick? I feel sick spiritually.
Well, I mean, you do sound a little congested for you.
For me? I don't know what that means.
That means you don't usually sound congested.
Okay.
And now it does sound like it. Credits.
All right. Executive producers for Meltdown May 2020. Joseph Timbrello.
I was like doing that because Extellers.
Jade. We can't do this for everyone.
No, I'm trying to speedrun this shit and I'm making it worse.
You really are.
Jade!
Brent, still every episode of Dice Funk Goatly. It's just occurred to me that I had more updates for Meltdown May, one of which is that Patreon messed some people's names up last month, so I apologize if that happens again. It's not me, I promise. They give me a spreadsheet. I can't do anything about it.
Damn it! Conduit of Evolution!
Hold on, I had a
Never!
background noise. I was waiting. Devin, Conduit of Evolution.
Mine was better. John Madeira, Conduit of Caramel Lattes.
Nephis Decidia, a sheep with crushingly low self-esteem.
What does a sheep have to be insecure about? They are soft. They go meh. And they're soft. And they're
Those
soft.
are the two important things.
Yeah. Paul Mullen.
Composting Queen.
Rip Chip, human fighter and pal of Hark and Caleb. Eaten by an ink egg.
Christman, casting Healing Word on Austin's Blissey for round 2. Well, at first I was like, oh, thank you, and then I got scared.
Faith and Valor plus wife Catwings, who just finished season 4 of Dice Funk and is loving it more and more. Thank you.
Thank you. Toshio Kuru keeps thinking they'll have until the 5th and missing the deadline. Okay, so here's the thing about Patreon, is it's a fucking nightmare. They could just be a company that's a box, and people put money in the box, and then other people take money out of the box. But instead, they took a bunch of venture capitalist money and then got real estate in the most expensive city in America. I have no idea why they keep fucking shit up. But okay, sorry. The 5th deadline is because that's when the stuff is processed, right? It's more confusing. I should just do it on the 1st. I'm sorry, don't yell at me.
Andrew Groffin.
No thoughts about Patreon?
I mean, there's a reason I haven't put one together.
Andrew Grothin.
It's all Andrew Grothin's fault.
Mm-hmm.
Belated birthday, Jamie, because Patreon messed up last month. Happy birthday, Jamie.
There's a theme, huh?
Oh my god.
Dr. Goatman. I'm excited for your Rammstein impression.
Du hast. No, I forgot the first do.
Uh-huh.
It's du hast. Bussy.
Okay, dang it. I was really looking forward to your Rammstein bussy.
No, I think it's funny. Bussy.
See, it's good. Francois V.
Hadron Master.
Hold up. Oh, God. Hold up. I know what a banana is, and that's not a banana.
Is it a penis?
Oh, I bet it is.
I bet it's a penis. Jaspel, sitting alone in the VIP.
JK, Conduit of Shafir? Is that something? Is that a thing I should know?
I don't know what it is.
It sounds like something you would know. No, that's chiffon.
It's chiffon, which can be fabric or a type of cake. Anyway.
It's like the two Lauren things.
I love fashion and cake.
I know.
John
JK. Watt.
Oh, yeah, we already said that. Shafir. John what?
Possum Kingdom Refugee.
Random, Conduit of Would You Like a Hug?
Sternad.
Vinny, currently dreaming of Austin's bussy cakes.
Z23619. Do you think anyone who...
Bussy, there were a lot of S's there.
Do you think people came into this show kind of late and they don't know where the Austin's bussy stuff started and they're just extremely confused?
God, I've been doing the credits for how long, and I don't even remember how it all got started.
Do we say Kevin Dobbins? Because Kevin Dobbins. Oh my God, we have to speed this up.
Plague Bucks for Patreon.
A gambling pig in quarantine.
Charlie Chocolate chuckled. You mean the Chaos Emeralds?
I'm almost certain we've had that one before, but it gets me so much. Obama chuckled. You mean the Chaos Emeralds? Pumpkin Spice itself.
Robert Tuttle.
Anthony, patron of Dora.
Phi.
Morgan
Or
Rapp.
Fee. Haley Anderson.
Pinko Sock.
Back in the summer of 69.
Stefan, thanking you for your media delivered to grateful senses.
'Tis I, Zedster.
69, Spoopy 420, Sean by Lauren's Ludes.
A montage of Gothnific staring out into the rain.
A non-horny gift for Austin, and a very horny one for the Goblin.
A question we all need an answer to is Anne smarter than King? No, she's not.
No. A very much alive Otter, wondering why Patreon reverted to a month's old name. I know, Otters, I am also questioning this. You'd think Jack Conti of Pomplamoose, who owns this fucking website, would know how to send a fucking spreadsheet, huh?
A werewolf with a Chinese menu in its hand.
Abigail Grace.
How many times have I said, I wonder if the menu is a werewolf now, too?
We've made the same joke every month for literally years, and many of these names.
Good job, me.
And we're eternally grateful for the opportunity. Thank you very much.
Abigail Grace.
Adrian Y. Subscribe to Austin's monthly Mustelid Facts.
Do you have monthly mustelid facts? What?
Aren't you getting the newsletter?
There's a newsletter? No, you're fucking with me, you fucker.
Yes, I am.
Adler. That's your name now.
Aftershock. Too busy planning an art expo to update Patreon name. Let me tell you, Aftershock, you didn't miss it.
Agent Hedgepiggle.
Aggressively weeping and eating ramen.
Oh no. Aki Savalainen.
Alistair Lutton.
No, what were you gonna say, Alistair? You're saying it weird and I can't remember now. God damn it.
Alistar?
Yeah, that's bad.
It's how you did in Dragon Age.
It's how you suck my dick.
Okay, Alex Vepra.
Alexander De Vega.
Alligator snakefish.
I want to see an alligator snakefish. Would it be like a really long... It'd be like a snake-shaped alligator with fins? Somebody draw it.
Andrew Birmingham.
Andrew Craven.
Andrew Feggie, conduit of undervalued essential work itself. Yikes out there, huh?
Yeah, pretty hard out there.
But we should all come together and enjoy Fantasy Court in Season 7 to take our minds off the world.
I thought you were going to say mustelids.
Also, mustel. That's usually my coping mechanism.
Also, pinnipeds.
Mm-hmm. Anna,
conduit of procrastination.
Anon.
Antonio, conduit of snacks.
Arachnovolt, working on a plan to stop the murder hornets.
No, it's their planet now.
They're welcome to it, honestly.
Yeah. Archibald, Patreon, replace my last name with an old one. H Cactus.
Sorry, Cactus. Ariadne, conduit of joining your local tenants union. # cancel rent.
Oh, that's
they can't
cool.
arrest all of us.
I think they can. They have so many weapons.
There's not enough room.
I guess to turn all the apartment complexes into jails.
Yeah, I mean, Arjun de Koning, to try to keep this. I know we're not in the good vibe zone anymore, but we should try to be near the good vibe zone.
Arjun de Koning.
Ash, the gayest bitch in the Midwest.
Austin Yorsky doesn't like lore because it's not enough like homework.
You know, funnily enough, lore is very much like homework, but it's not the kind of homework I like.
Who's like homework?
Lore.
I thought you said me. I was like, damn.
No, you are a ton of work.
Yay. Austin, still love that Skeksis voice. Isaac, conduit of gabble gabble gabble.
BDO Droid.
Becky Toothel, property of Janiac, toucher of Laura's butt.
BJ, if Lime dies, we all die.
B-Ray Echo.
No, come on, don't make me read this one.
I'll do it. For you.
Before we continue,
No, you didn't.
I gotta poop. back in 5.
Big time Geddy Lee, conduit of big time bass. Not bass.
Nope,
Not a fish.
bass riffs.
What if they played a big fish like a bass?
Yep. What if he played a big fish like a bass?
Bleecker.
Blue 6.
Boness.
Brady, conduit of murder, survivor of Lauren's massacre.
Great Relaford.
Bro Jimbo.
Butt chugging Clorox to kill coronavirus.
Good vibes, good vibes, good vibes. Not thinking about that. Buy your... Oh, no, that's the one you wanted to do, huh?
April showers brought Jerry flowers.
Callum, I just want Austin to be happy, Turner.
Sorry, dog. Good luck with that.
Thank you for that. I didn't read ahead. That really caught me by surprise.
Cameron Abbas.
Candace, listen to Dice Funk Starling.
Cassette Blue.
Chief Beef Thief.
Chloe the dog living her best life.
Hell yeah. Chris, conduit of bad decisions, Walling.
Chris from Ohio.
Christopher Shirelow.
Coffee Anons, the UN's premier secret coffee shop. Secret.
Coho Blast.
Quorum knows that we're supposed to call it Trials of Mana, but it'll always be second in Setsu 3 to him.
Nerd.
Nerd.
Sierra Saldana, prophet of R and Jesus.
Cthulhu, conduit of my fucking tentacles.
I didn't like the flavor you gave that one.
You
It made
don't
me
like
a little...
the flavor?
No, it was a little uncomfy for me.
Oh, you don't like the baby voice?
I am not sure I do, no.
Oh, Austin don't like the baby voice.
Cucumber.
I got lost making a cucumber. Dan B.
I like doing the baby voice to other people. It's very good. It's an offensive weapon, but I feel very defensive when it's used against me. Maybe that's karma.
Yeah.
Dandy Snuff.
Daniel Marsden, conduit of unnecessary consonants.
Daria, go freaking right.
Dawning Frost.
Dazaslost.
I thought you said sloth, so I had to read it again. Declan Sands.
Dennis Pancake Detlefson.
Dice Fuck. Dungeons and Dildos spin-off for dogs. No.
DM Tao, now I have to deal with player shenanigans.
Don Johnston.
Dorian, conduit of devotion.
Doro. Ooh, excuse me. I burped.
Dorum
Say it again.
Estra
Dorum
Gargatorum.
Estra Gargatorum.
I just summoned a demon, huh?
I think I did. I did it better than you.
Okay. Well, it's your demon now, bitch. I don't know
Dr.
what you-
Isix.
It's not a competition. Dragon Nexus.
Dylan and Rillin. Or Dylan and Rylan. I have to do it every time. The dog. Listening on a lazy Sunday morning. Also, dishes.
Ebrand, traditional butt chug liqueur. Come on. Okay, that's the second butt chug one. I know, listen, we're all going through some stuff here in Meltdown May, but let's use the mouth hole, please.
Mouth hole.
Edward R. Jones the Fourth.
Sorry.
You're thinking about mouth holes, I know.
I don't know what that is. I'm sorry.
Iowalta?
Elder Dog.
Elderly Goose, conduit of meh.
Eleanor Nanante sees Periton, horned vampire lady with depression.
Aline, oh well, never was there ever a cat so clever as magical Mr. Mistopheles. Dun, dun, dun.
McCavity still slaps more.
Mr. Mistopheles.
He's a crimer.
He's best cat.
Elizabeth Jackalope.
Elusive Lily.
Emberlyn.
Emma, wondering how Patreon fucked up her name last
Listen,
time.
Emma,
I
we've already
don't know, Emma.
we talked about this.
It's a
Go
problem.
back up to the beginning of the credits. Austin goes on a rant. It's fine.
It's fine. And Diego Van Dane.
Erwin the Lagodek.
Evie, conduit of trying out new name in the credits.
Fair Majesty Empress Quintilian Galaxian.
Filmquisition.
Florian H.
Francois Arsenal.
Frank Sands.
Furry scum infecting the credits prison.
Gage, conduit of melancholy.
GCU _ nature abhors a white space. No spaces.
Gideon. Niue, a Japanese mythical giant tanuki with a monkey head, tiger's legs, and a snake for a tail.
Featured in the Megami Tensei games as a collectible demon or persona, the Niue
Must be nice to know things.
Ginger beers.
Grapefruit juice.
Graffiti of the rhetoric.
Halju.
Harley the floral lyricat.
Harry gonna learn all of Austin's new lore this season.
No, I don't have any lore. It's not lore when it comes from me. That's world building when it's mine.
He puts the psycho and pyropsychotic and burns Patreon for screwing up.
Hey guys, it's Ashley.
Hollow woman full of owls.
I don't know if I'd like to be full of owls. I'd like to be covered with owls, but that's a different...
I would like my house to be full of owls. I kiss them all in the beak. It'd be very good.
I dread stairs.
Ian Morgan.
Isaac Curly Monkey Boy 107.
Excalibur, a real foxy on the internet.
I've made paper mache friendships. Regards, Mrs. Nesbit.
Jaden.
I think that scene in Toy Story when he thinks he's Mrs. Nesbit is a reference to something else, but I can't remember what it is. Toy Story is almost entirely made up of references to other things.
James Neely, conduit of aggressively unhealthy quarantine sleep schedules.
Quarantine?
Austin might know something. Quarantine. Shut up. Don't tell me what to do.
Oh, sorry. Were you saying something about sleep schedules before I razzed you?
Yeah. Talk about yours, fucking madman.
Yep, it's damaging my mental health. Thanks.
Yay, love to damage mental health.
Janiac, conduit of teledildonics.
J, essential worker Logan, conduit of queerness, mage of life.
Jealous goddess cosplay.
Jen,
Jess Veggie, conduit of veggies.
Joanna the wrench witch.
Joe G, LTE.
John Potts.
Josie, conduit of buffalo chicken pizza. Try a slice.
It is good. Jew man cracking a bussy open with the boys.
Okay. I shouldn't still be getting flustered by all the bussy talk. It should just be second nature to me now, but it does still get me. Julian, staring into post-apocalyptic futures.
Just a jester.
Josie, conduit of destroying gender. Now we're all goblins.
Yay! The goblin takeover has begun.
Jorgen, indie monster Winewick Ford, conduit of lactose intolerance.
Kai, conduit of no regrets.
Kaiji Firesun, redundant conduit of name redundancy.
Kiefer Lowe.
Caladri is clutching Mitzi, listening to Dice Funk to laugh rather than cry. That's why I asked Chris to do some episodes, because he's very funny.
He's very funny. Keller Automat.
Ken, conduit of finally writing this goddamn PhD dissertation.
Kidney, a beholder in a snazzy hat.
Killer Cotton Shizno.
Kiniku fan.
Kitty, sad grieving burrito foe.
Kobolds are better than goblins. Change my mind.
I think you're going to try to change people's mind in season 7, huh?
Oh yeah, I'm gonna be a little gecko.
Corrito Prime, playing games on mute while I call costumers from home.
I think it's customers.
What did I say?
Costumers.
Oh, you know that's still a word though, right?
Well, yeah, but I just feel like it makes no sense in the context.
What if they're in the costume industry, Lauren?
Okay, Corito Prime, tell me if I'm right or if Austin's right, because I bet he's wrong, like always.
But if it was costumers and I just changed it without consulting you, you'd be like, wow, that was really presumptuous of you, Austin. So.
Oh, whatever. Oh, whatever. I'm putting my nose right on the mic now.
Christina, conduit of escaping capitalism and dating a skeleton itself.
Criterion, exhausted from gestures vaguely.
Kyle Badsvik.
Kyle, conduit of drop good. Hold on. Kyle, conduit of drop good word.
Squidward. It's Squidward's brother. Drop good squirt.
Is he like that fancy squid that Squidward hates? I feel like he'd be like that, but buff instead of like wearing a smoking jacket.
Yes, exactly.
Anyways. Kyle, conduit of drop good word.
No, he did it again.
Why can't I do it? What is wrong with
What's
me?
drop good word?
Kyle, conduit of drop good wood in King Badass /
Now I'm going to have to introduce a character named Goodword to taunt you.
It's good. No, I'm trying to make it a squiddy thing again.
Lady Misfit, Dino fact.
Shut up. Don't tell me about the dino facts again. Calling me out whenever I talk about the dinosaurs.
Yi Kui suggests dinosaurs developed flight more than once independently. I don't know what Yi Kui is. I assume a Chinese historian or archaeologist or something.
I don't actually want you to shut up. I do love the dino facts. Keep them coming.
Okay, Lauren, you keep reading. I'm going to Google this.
Okay. Larry Yelling at me. Also a host on Humans Hollering at News, which is a show that I'm on. Lars Owners. Lauren's mom's duck, conduit of the Untitled Duck Game.
Oh, okay. Yi is a dinosaur. It's a specific dinosaur whose fossils suggest this information. No, I thought it was a person who suggested this. You know what I'm saying? Like a fossil can suggest something through evidence as opposed to a person saying it in a meeting.
Yeah, I know. I figured that it was discovered through evidence. I just didn't want to burst your bubble.
Damn. Owned.
Where were we?
I don't know.
Liam, conduit of filling my campaign with anime bullshit.
Liam, conduit of headaches.
Oh, Liam, same. Loopy Elephant, conduit of Austin's monthly mustelid.
What's the mustelid of the month?
Least weasels.
Okay. I mean,
because they're so tiny.
Yeah, they're portable. In these trying times, you need one in a hand. You got to put them in your little pocket.
You can have two.
Oh my gosh.
One in each pocket. If you're wearing a jacket, and think of it, the possibilities are endless.
A breast pocket, and then if you're wearing a hoodie, you have two other pockets. They're all just filled with weasels.
And then a purse, or like a laptop case, or a briefcase. Oh my god. What if it was like a briefcase, and there's like little windows in it, and it's like a little bus, and there'll be like four sitting in there, and they're on like little stalls?
Yeah, I want to go to like it seems like a drug deal, and you have a suitcase.
I got
and
the good stuff, open it up.
Yeah, you got the stuff, you pop it open, it's just full of weasels.
We're so weird.
Lauren Cates, Patreon, Larry Squakingham, is that Squawkingman? Oh my god. Lauren Cates, Patreon, Larry Squawkingman's Bozogs balking at bullets, and so should you. Oh boy, there was a lot in there.
Love you all, especially Chris, conduit of favoritism.
Everyone loves Chris. I've given the show to Chris. It's his now. Bye. You don't need me anymore.
Luco.
Ludovico Limited.
Thank you. Luke Powers.
Luther, the conduit of a button quail and a pear tree.
That sounds very cute. Manticore, Death Lord.
The Cult of Gorfanax.
Master Zemnahort.
Mateo Zanek.
Math Tiger investigates. Austin claims to be anti-lore, but he loves both Laura and Lauren.
That's not where I thought this was going. I thought you were going to call me out for adding lore, but it was just a good pun. Thank you.
It was very good.
Matt Collier.
Oh, yeah, it was your turn. Matt Lackett loves seeing NPCs pet the wolf in Okami. Good health to all.
Yeah, that's a cute game.
Matthew, listen to Dice Funkin's Neo Scum Schultz.
Maximum side boob.
Imagine, conduit of 3D printing Dickosaurus for everyone I know.
Melbent.
Melissa the Dice Goblin is staying inside.
Michael Hall.
Michael Minkler, conduit of shouting Chris.
Aren't we all?
Yeah.
Midlife stasis, conduit of inevitability.
Miles, no more conduits. Also, min, please.
See, not everyone's gotten the memo. People love conduits. They can't get enough, except for the couple people who have gotten enough. Modified Matthew.
Namita Aneskins, conduit of error.
Nicholas Dominic.
Nicholas McDonald.
Nick
Thetford, you're slaying.
Nonfinite.
Oh, Austin, you should follow my friend at Blackstone Mask. He won't touch your pussy. I'm so glad I heard that one because it actually is one of my friends.
That's the very low bar for my friendship is please don't touch my pussy. Oi, Austin. God damn it. Oi, Austin, will I eat that? Should I use a fork and knife?
Only respect for my McQuare. Hashtag Zoe Fan Club.
Pie Robsherg.
Pangolin! Period. There's just a period there. I feel like it needs to be acknowledged. So it's just pangolin.
Yeah, it's a very definitive statement. Parasocial Peter. Praying pleasures perpetually parade your purview.
Patrick Babcock, conduit of This Is Fine Itself.
Patrick Gifford.
Patrick Williams.
Please check my webcomic, ruinousfortune.com.
Pocket Sundial.
Pruitt Holcomb.
Puck Boy.
Rasmus Edling.
Razumi Yazura.
Remsiv.
Rob Dakin. Fighter Rob Nightkin.
Robert Chisholm. R.I.P. Lancelot. He got what he deserved.
Pouring out for Lancelot, but I guess not because he deserved it.
Oh my god. I guess spoilers. I don't read ahead, so you could spoil me on anything in here.
Ropun, conduit of extremely cute Shiba Inus. That's my favorite kind of dog.
They're very good. Rule 63, Bob Giaclone.
S. Kearney, press F for godhood.
You did.
You did.
Salad Child.
Sam.
Scarlet Eyes Yuri.
Sean Lyons Burke, conduit of deleted Patreon names.
Oh, so you did it. We found the culprit.
It's his fault.
Simmons, conduit of Harder Slatty.
Sergeant Rattlebones. Oh god, the Easter Bunny is slaughtering us! Send help!
Easter was last month, right? Or did we move it forward? Did Jesus say it was okay for it to be in May now?
Well, maybe he's slaughtering everyone because we didn't do Easter right.
Oh, and this is like a message from the front. It's like Civil War time, so we haven't gotten it for a while.
Yeah.
I lost the plot of this metafiction.
Shane Sedgwick!
Shane Ware, conduit of hedonistic pansexual polyamorous switches.
Simon Lee, conduit of Chungus, bearer of Dinkus, minion of John Con.
Simon Rasmussen.
Sin Milk Tom.
Sir Octopus, conduit of chivalrous cephalopods.
Slime King Mike. I said Mipe almost. Hold on. Slime King Mike, conduit of subjectivist beef. Wait, what?
Beef.
Slime King Mike, conduit of subjectivist big beefy illicit titties.
Spaghetto Hearts for Final Mix HD Chain of Sleep Prologue.
Sporeman Zero.
I don't want it anymore. I don't want to read the credits.
Do it. Do it.
Don't make me read the credits, Lauren.
Read it.
Stank bussy smelling like Cool Ranch Doritos.
Starlight Glimmer did nothing wrong.
Steven
Martinez.
Martinez. Read as condescending SpongeBob. Don't read that or that. Fuck. It was like landmines. I just kept getting blown up.
Starlight Glimmer did sorry, I got distracted by all the parentheses.
Cyretha says check out the last unicorn novel and movie.
Tab of the Spokes.
Tales of Inquiry.
Talon Nasty, Quarren Queen, conduit of living in constant fear that I've met you before and utterly embarrassed myself.
That's extremely possible. It's not a big city.
Yeah,
so.
no, it's very small.
I think you would know if you saw Lauren in person, though. She's very tiny, like microscopic, and very blue.
Green. I'm not blue. No, it's not. I haven't been blue in a long time. So I was at your house the other day. How did you forget my hair color already?
Many cultures don't have different concepts and words for blue and green. That's why they call them blue lights in the stop sign or in the traffic lights. Did you know that? Huh?
I knew that you could suck my dick.
Teraflops.
No response to that?
No.
Your feelings hurt?
Yes.
You don't have to suck my dick. Teresi Pyro, transing June Egbert.
I like you had to call it off. Like it was a life debt. Did you say Teresi?
I did.
The murderous mongoose who's secretly standing directly behind you.
The precursor.
Titus.
Titus. Sounds like a funny way to say titties.
Oh my god.
Tim Lutton.
Toby Gleason Stack.
Tom Bowers.
Trees They Are Us.
Trevor S., the Goblin Teacher.
Shanus.
Universal Toby.
Using motherfucker.
You're getting like all of the bussy ones this month.
Using locate creature to find Austin's pussy.
Victoria Melito, conduit of quietness.
Ward Van Open.
William Vinky.
Ziphosaurus.
I read ahead. Yam.
You expected a patron, but it was me, Dio.
Zoltar, the Viking death metal caterpillar. Conduit of retribution. I'm taking this one too. ZZZ, okay. I guess a bunch of people had this idea. Oh well. Okay, you got the other one.
Because you wanted me to read this one?
Yep.
It's parentheses, Austin finger bangs you, close parentheses, Patreon tier when. That's not a Patreon tier, first of all, because you can't exchange money for it. Second of all, because it's called twitter.com/Austin Yorsky at DMs.
Oh, so you're trying to finger bang the fans, Austin?
I'm not trying to, I'm just saying that's
Austin.
where I'm just saying if you were interested in that service, that's where you would go. To my
God.
DMs.
You heard it here first. Pay him money, he'll finger bang you.
No, I specifically... Oh my god. I mean...
I hope the law school doesn't listen to this.
You know what's funny? A lot of people have said over the years, I've been doing content on the internet for like 10 years. I've had a lot of people say like, oh, I have a crush on Austin or whatever, but I've never had a genuine DM slide. But now that I've said this out loud on a recording, it's absolutely going to it's going to happen now, but only in troll ways. It's sad.
See, I've had a lot.
It's your business model.
Even before that.
Oh, okay. Okay, well, fine. I didn't know it was a competition, Lauren.
Well, it is, and I won.
You certainly did. Have they just been regular hetero slides, or have you gotten finger bang slides?
Oh no, it's neither. It's more. There's very rare hetero sliding into my DMs, which is honestly what I prefer.
Wait, okay, hold on. Beep! Stop the recording. What's going on here? What kind of slides are you getting, dog?
Gay ones?
Nice, dude.
Yeah, it's good. I love it.
Sick. Cool.
Okay,
Okay,
read
we're
that.
back into the show. Beep!
Read that thing.
Huh?
I need you to read that last one because I don't got it.
Oh, it's just Rain Zukas, conduit of messing with the format, and they've put an infinite amount of like Unicode shit between every letter, so it looks like
I thought it was a Patreon messed up, but no, they did it on purpose.
Yep, they've certainly fucked with the format to get at the end of the list and make it look like it's something that would summon a demon, which is a theme. I completely got lost in the fingering talk, as is usual for me. Where are we in this credit recording? Let me check. Oh, Lord. 37 minutes. Completely unacceptable. Not gonna happen.
Check out all the links in the episode description and give us money.
Yeah, we're gonna have to redo the entire credits. Thanks a lot, whoever
we're
sent
not.
in the finger banging question.
We
You've ruined
certainly
it.
are not redoing the credits. I will kill you. I have plans.
Ooh, look at me. I have plans. I'm Lauren.
Yeah, exactly.
It's quarantine. Stay inside and pet your cats.
I can have plans at my house.
Okay. Yep, the links are in the description. It's, it's an unusual time. We very much appreciate your support if you can give it. Thank you very much for being understanding and cool and sexy.
This is why they keep talking about your... I almost said cocking about your pussy.
Cocking about my pussy. Damn it, too bad we don't give credits episode names, because cocking about my pussy would be very good.
So good. Oh, Lord. Well, have fun cocking on people's pussies, everyone.